Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel. My name is Geselle, and if you're new here, I'm an ultrasound technologist who lives in Las Vegas and loves all things Disney. And hi, I would hope that you could please press that like button and subscribe to the channel so you can join our family. And if you're a returning subscriber,
you know how much I love you. I appreciate you so much for always tuning in.
You guys are the reason why I keep on doing this, so thank you so much. And we are back with how it all started. How it all started. It was about 4 or 5 months ago. I started creating videos about ultrasound, and it was really scary and something that I wanted to do for a long time, and I finally did it. And if you were to have asked me 4, 5, 6 months ago if I had, thought that this channel would grow to what it is right now, I would have been like, no, what are you talking about? Oh my gosh. Because I had no idea that I was going to even reach what I did in October. I reached 1,000 subscribers, and this year, January 2021, I reached
2,000 subscribers.
You guys, 2,000. What is life right now? So thank you guys so much for sharing my videos, commenting on the videos, liking the videos, smashing that like button. Thank you guys so much for being here. I just wanted to make another video kind of like about 4 months ago. After I reached 1,000 subscribers, you guys had asked me how I became an ultrasound technologist, what my journey was like, and it was really me becoming an ultrasound technologist student from a nursing student. So it was like from nursing to ultrasound. So that video, I will put the link in the description box and a little clicky thingy up here for you to go to that video if you didn't see it. But I basically explained what happened, how I found ultrasound, what I did, and that is basically what started all of this. And here I am now today, 4 months later, with a new video about what you guys have been asking me about, which is how long it took me to become an ultrasound tech, what the steps were. Did I take this registry at this time, or did I take a registry after I graduated, or did I take a registry while I was in school, or did I get hired right away? So this is just kind of like a video that sums up everything and why it took me 6 years to become an ultrasound technologist. Honestly, it's also just something that I want to encourage you guys to do if you are still kind of trying to think if you should pursue ultrasound or not. If you think that you're too old to go into this field, if you think that you're too young to go in this field, if you think that it's too late to switch into this field, this video is for you. So I hope you stick around so you can hear what my story is, my advice for you, and yeah, I just am so thankful for you guys, and we are just gonna jump right into it. So let's get started. So pretty much what I'm gonna do is talk about the timeline that it took me to get into ultrasound. I graduated from high school in 2011. Yes, that was 10 years ago. So graduated high school 2011 in the spring. Then in fall 2011, I applied to UNLV. I was a pre-nursing student at the time. So what I did was just take some health basic prerequisites for the nursing program, and that included stuff like math, English, history, etc., like the really basic classes that you don't need for your like real career. But really, I took those first for fall 2011, spring 2012, and then fall 2012, I joined a sorority. During this time, I also volunteered at a hospital, and I honestly did not like it. So then after the sorority, I kind of was just like trying to figure out what I wanted to do. And for a more in-depth story about that, definitely check out that other video because I went more into depth with that. But pretty much after figuring out about ultrasound through the sorority, I then switched majors in 2013. So then 2013 came around, I had to retake some classes. I had to take those anatomy and physiology classes. So 2013, 2014, and 2015, I was busy just taking those prerequisites. We had to take physics, we had to take kinesiology, we had to take comprehensive medical imaging classes, so cross-sectional anatomy classes. Then in 2015, that started to be the more ultrasound focused classes. So I was taking things like abdomen ultrasound, OB ultrasound, vascular ultrasound, ultrasound physics. So I took all of those classes in 2015 and also finished up some prerequisites in 2015. And that was the year that I had to apply into the program so I could try to get into the fall 2015 class. So I finished all those classes and I applied to the program. I had an interview. I did everything that I could to get in, and unfortunately I did not get into the fall 2015 class. I was number 1 on the alternate list, so I kind of like accepted it. And then for 2016 I was like, okay, I'm just gonna travel, enjoy life, work some more, because I worked throughout my whole entire college career, so I pretty much was like okay with being number 1 on the alternate list. And then in fall 2015, something miraculously happened where I was able to be bumped up, and then I ended up being a part of the spring 2016 class. So what had happened was in the spring of 2016, I started to do lab, and I did lab from January to May. In lab, all we did was scan protocols. We scanned the abdomen, we did pelvics, vascular, we did all that stuff. We didn't really do OB or carotids in lab for some reason. Then I pretty much was ready for clinicals. So in July of 2016 is when I was able to do my clinical sessions, and I was supposed to go to an outpatient facility, and I ended up going to a hospital, and that hospital is where I learned everything. I was in that hospital from July 2016 to May 2017. Now, this was kind of unique for me because mostly they're gonna have you rotate. They're gonna rotate you throughout different facilities so you can learn how to work at an outpatient hospital and get the experience in a high-risk OB place. But for me, I was at this hospital all the way through the whole entire time. They had a labor and delivery, so I learned most of my OB there. But I pretty much just did my clinicals at one spot. I learned everything there. And I got comfortable with scanning around 3 to 4 months. I actually was like a full-fledged tech by February 2017, so I knew how to do mostly everything by that time. And then I got a job. I got a job with a small company in February 2017 as a student. So this is where I stress, if you're really good in clinicals, they can recommend you to places, and some places really need people to work. And I was a student already working in ultrasound in February 2017 because I didn't graduate until May 2017. So I worked as a real ultrasound tech in February 2017 while I was also serving tables and also in clinicals. And then in April of 2017, I took my test, my SPI test, and I passed that. Basically, I took the SPI as a student still. Then I graduated in May 2017. After May 2017 came around and I graduated, I pretty much worked for that small company, and then I applied to another hospital in June 2017, so the month right after. I also still worked at that outpatient little company clinic thing, but then I wanted to work for a hospital as well, so I applied for that hospital company, and then it sent me around to all different types of places. So I would work in a city called Pahrump, that's about 45 minutes away. I would work there in their hospital. I would work at other locations, and that's where I got all my experience after I graduated. So at this time, you guys, I was not registered in any specialty yet. So during this time, I was studying to take a specialty exam. In September of 2017, I passed my abdomen registry, and then a couple months later in January 2018 I passed the vascular registry. So I took SPI and abdomen that year in 2017, and then I took vascular in 2018. So as you can see, it all kind of just spans out through this amount of time from 2011 to 2017. That was pretty much the bulk of my education. And yeah, it took me 6 years. And honestly, if you would have asked me when I was in high school, like I thought I was going to be a nurse in 4 years, have kids, have a family, and be married. And that wasn't in the stars for me, but I'm happy where I am now. Even though it took 6 years, I love my job and I love what I do. Now, this is the part that's very important for you guys, and it's even though my timeline was about 6 years, even though it could have been 7 years, I still would have never gave up because I love this job. I love my career. It's a field that is going to be growing for the next couple of years. So I honestly don't think that you guys are going to have any trouble in the future with getting a job. It just depends where you live because some places are more saturated than others, but there are plenty of jobs in the United States. There are plenty of places that need ultrasound technologists because we are a very busy field. We are used in the emergency situation a lot, and then doctors order a lot of ultrasounds pretty much for anything. So ultrasound is going to grow. Now, for those of you who think you're too young, you are never too young to start thinking about your future. And for those of you who think you're too old, age is just a number. And I've had students in our hospital, and I've seen students out there in general who are in their 40s and their 50s. I remember a girl who was shadowing and she was in her 50s, and she was like, I came here for an opportunity because she wasn't from the US, but she wanted to see what ultrasound was like. And even though she was shadowing, she was already an ultrasound student, and she was just so excited to be, trying to get into this field. And she was a student and in her 50s, and she was doing it, so it's honestly, 4-5 years of your life. Even some programs are 2-3 years. Those years are going to go by so fast, especially when you're working so hard and you're putting in all the effort to get into a program, to do your classes, to figure out how to scan in lab, or to learn better skills in clinicals. It's all going to go by so fast. So don't doubt yourself. And if this is something you really want to do, you should definitely do it. You should pursue it. You should have passion, motivation, because that itself will get you through the program and through clinicals and through lab. And it really is really tough. It's going to be fast paced. You're going to have a lot of information thrown at you, but it is so worth it. And I just want everyone to know that this job isn't easy. There are articles out there that are saying ultrasound is easy, and honestly, it's not easy. And I just want you guys to remember that anything worth it does not come easy. At the end of the day, just know that if you put your mind to it, if you're positive about it, even though life has its ups and downs, you can get through it. There were so many times where I failed things. There are so many times where I thought I would never get through it or never get to the finish line. And really, if you're just rushing to get a job or rushing to get into a career, what's the point? You really need to enjoy your journey. You need to learn as you go and, make friends as you go through it, because networking is a very big part of this field and everyone knows each other. Ultrasound is very small. The world is very small. I just want you guys to be there for each other. I have an ultrasound Discord if any of you guys are ultrasound students, or if you just want to support other students. Even if you're a nursing student, medical student, hey, come join us, because we talk all things medical. We talk about things in life in general, and we are just this community that loves to help each other, support each other, and motivate each other. So if that's something you're interested in, comment down below or send me a DM on Instagram and we can get you into that community. I just want you guys to know that even though it took me 6 years, I do not regret anything at all. And some people it takes a little bit longer. Some people it'll take 2-3 years and go by really fast. But at the end of the day, it's worth it. Just take your time. You are going to be handling lives out there, and you are going to be taking care of patients. It's not just a, hey, I'm going to push buttons, take pictures, and goodbye. Like, you are going to really make a difference in people's lives. And I hope that you took something good and positive away from this video, and check out the rest of my videos. But I just want to thank you guys so much. Know that it is difficult, it is hard, but I'm here for you. My community is here for you. And I hope you guys stick around for the next video, because I have so much more in store for you guys. If you guys want to see anything, please don't hesitate to comment down below. If you have any questions at all, please ask. And I have a ton of other videos that will probably answer any of your questions that you have. But yeah, it's just been a long day. I wanted to hop on here and tell you guys, just go for it. You can do it. All right, you guys, stay tuned for my 2K giveaway. Please make sure you guys be kind to one another, stay safe, stay positive, and as always, we'll see you in the next video. Bye.